Man, what's happening down here in Miami is unreal. Every week it feels like rock bottom finds a new floor. But hold up, today isn't just about frustration. There's drama behind the scenes, big decisions coming, and moves that could change the Dolphins' future forever. Players getting called out, locker room doors slamming, and a big-name star who might have played his last snap in aqua and orange. The truth's about to come out. You're not going to believe what's happening today. So grab your seat, drop a like, and let's get into it. Hit that subscribe button so we can reach 1,000 subscribers and show the power of Dolphins Nation. Dolphins fans thought they'd seen it all, but this last loss pushed everybody's patience to the edge. It's hard to even describe the feeling. You ever watch a game and think, no way this is real? That was it. The Miami Dolphins, the same team that started the year preaching rebuild and redemption, just got flat out embarrassed by the Cleveland Browns. And worse, by a rookie quarterback, Dillon Gabriel, who made it look like a scrimmage, not an NFL game. Final score, 31-6. The locker room was dead silent. The pain goes deeper than the scoreboard, because it wasn't just a loss, it was a statement of chaos. Quinshon Judkins, another rookie, ran through Miami's defense like it was flag football. 84 yards, 3 touchdowns. That 46-yard run, it felt like a message. Nobody fears this defense anymore. Gabriel barely had to throw. That's how predictable and soft this team has become. Sure, the weather in Ohio favored the run game, but you still expect professionals making millions to show some fight. Nope. What we saw was lifeless football. Bad execution, zero identity. When the commentator says the Dolphins have mentally checked out, you know it's gone too far. Now, here's the twist. On paper, there's a silver lining. Miami's currently sitting at the no. To pick in the 2026 draft sounds like a joke. Psst, but it's reality. They're tied with New Orleans and Tennessee, but the tiebreaker goes to Miami because of the weaker schedule. Only the New York Jets. Yeah. The same team Miami beat before losing Tyreek Hill, or worse, at 0-7. The irony's brutal. But the issue's way bigger than draft slots. This is structural. Owner Stephen Ross has to face the truth about Chris Grier's legacy. 10 years of questionable calls, arrogance in pressers, and mediocre results. The offensive line. Still a disaster, the same Achilles heel year after year. Worse, Grier's the one who handed out that monster extension to Tua Tagovailoa II, $112.4 million, locking the team to a QB who needs everything perfect to function. The Grier-McDaniel experiment looks done. The project failed. That loss to Cleveland made it clear. Fans feel it, media's saying it, and even some players behind the scenes are losing faith. Now the big question is, who's got the guts to lead this rebuild? Because without a total front office shakeup and a new voice in that locker room, 2026 could start just like this one, with high hopes and a soulless team. And that's not even the wildest part. If fans were already crushed after Cleveland, Mike McDaniel's post-game comments poured gasoline on the fire. Usually calm and calculated, McDaniel dropped the chill act. He spoke with a sharp edge, making it clear major changes are coming in Miami. He didn't drop names, but the message hit hard. If you're not playing with heart, you're sitting. And fans didn't need long to figure out who he was talking about. That message was aimed straight at Tua Tagovailoa. Lately, he's been a shell of himself. Against Cleveland, 3 picks again and only 100 passing yards. Unbelievable numbers for a $212 million franchise quarterback. The offense has stalled, and the spark Tua used to bring has completely faded. Patience is wearing thin. McDaniel, visibly frustrated, said some guys are going to have a big week of work, and that if someone's consistently hurting the team, he won't have a choice but to look at other options. That lit the debate on fire. Is Tua's benching finally on the table? Word around the facility is that Quinn Ewers might get more reps in practice this week. He got a few snaps in garbage time at Cleveland, and even that felt like a warning shot. The message was clear. The shield's gone. But here's the tricky part. Does McDaniel even have time to pull off this turnaround? The way the team fell apart in the second half was ugly. No energy, no focus. Guys sitting on the bench staring off in frustration. When a coach loses the locker room, the clock starts ticking, and fans can feel it. Social media is on fire. Some defend Tua, saying he's got no O-line and no Tyreek Hill. Others blame his reads, his lack of mobility, and say he's holding the offense back. Local podcasts are back to using the word rebuild. There's this cloud of uncertainty hanging over Miami and McDaniel's name. Once untouchable is suddenly being questioned even by his biggest supporters. What looked like a stretch of bad luck has turned into a full-blown storm. When a coach threatens changes, but the team's tuned out, it's only a matter of time. McDaniel wants to prove he's still got control, but he needs results, fast. And if one thing's clear after that loss, it's that the Dolphins are right on the edge of breaking on and off the field. But wait, because this next part's even crazier. While the Dolphins' locker room burns and the futures of Tua and McDaniel hang by a thread, one big name's been watching it all from the sidelines: Tyreek Hill, the speedster. The heartbeat of this offense is still rehabbing that brutal knee injury from the Jets game. And his social media posts say it all. "Watching your team play from the couch hits different," he wrote during the Cleveland blowout. That wasn't just a comment. It was pain, frustration, and love for the game all mixed together. At halftime, with Miami trailing 17-6, Hill tried to fire up the squad. Let's swim. Let's flip it in the second half. But that second half was a nightmare. Without Tyreek, Miami's offense looks lost. Nobody's stepped up to fill that void. What used to be explosive is now predictable. What used to scare defenses now gives them confidence. The numbers tell the story. Tua completed just 12 of 23 passes. No touchdowns, 3 picks. Since Hill went down, Miami's air attack has cratered to an average of 187 yards per game. That's a cliff drop. Malik Washington tried to step up only 30 yards. Nick Westbrook-Hicking and Devon Akani combined for less than 20. Without the cheetah, the fear factor is gone. And here's the cold part. Hill's future in Miami might not be guaranteed. His agent Drew Rosenhaus says he'll be ready for 2026, but the contract math says otherwise. According to Jonathan Jones from CBS Sports, the Dolphins were already weighing a potential release even before the injury. With next year's cap hit sitting at $51.9 million, the numbers just don't add up. If Miami cuts him before June 1st, 2026, they save $23.6 million. Wait until after, and that number jumps to $36 million. Harsh but true. The business side of football can be just as brutal as the scoreboard in Cleveland. But fans don't care about cap space. They want hope. They want to see Hill back on the field, torching defenses, bringing that energy only he can. They want to believe 2026 isn't another empty rebuild, but a new era of pride. Yet, from where things stand, it's hard to ignore the feeling that this breakup might be inevitable. And if Hill really does leave, what's left in Miami might just be the broken shell of a dream that once promised. Paradise End ended up trapped in its own storm. Right now, the Miami Dolphins are standing at a crossroads. The collapse has exposed old wounds, but it's also opened the door for real change. If Hill comes back, if Tua bounces back, and if the front office finally learns from its mistakes, maybe, just maybe, this team can rise again. Dolphins fans deserve more than words. They deserve a team that fights for them. Now tell me in the comments, do you still believe in this rebuild? Drop a like, hit subscribe, and show that Fins Nation love runs deeper than any losing season.